Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys Games Collectibles, and today we are looking at the 1997 release by Hasbro from their Star Wars plastic moulding and painting series of kits. Now these were pretty much model kits that you pretty much made them yourselves. Each box contained molds for your favorite Star Wars figures, and all these were released in conjunction with the original 3 Star Wars movies being remastered and returned to the big screen for the first time since their original release back in the 1970s. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in, and at the very top it's got the Hasbro name and it says Star Wars plastic molding and painting set. And you can see an image on the left hand corner showing the Darth Vader model being painted black, and the models that come in this particular kit is Yoda, R2-D2, Darth Vader and C-3PO, as you can see on the right hand side. Okay, so that is the front of the box. Now before we have a look at the contents, let's turn the box around and see what we've got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around, and on the back is pretty much the contents of what's in the box, plus the instructions on how to make your model and the painting, colour codes and so on. So contained in this set, it's a Star Wars plastic moulding set, contents 4 character moulds, plaster, paints and paintbrush. Preparation: always wear old clothes when using the set. Keep all the equipment away from the animals and young children under the age of 8. Keep the activity area free from any obstacles, covering the surrounding furniture and effects. Should spillage occur on fabric, rinse immediately with water and wash following the garment instructions. It says moulding: you will need a mixing bowl, e.g. margarine ice cream tub, an old dessert spoon, measuring jug, a cup of cold water and a saucer. And it says setting time is at least 4 hours. It says remove the contents from the box and close it. Push the 4 holes out of the top side of the box. They will be used to hold the molds as they are setting. And if we look at the top of the box, you can see they've got 4 perforated circles for these molds. And there's an image of the molds, and they sit upside down in those perforated holes. And it says decide which character you want to make and fill your chosen rubber mold with cold water. Empty the measured water into a plastic container and shake the mold to remove excess water. Now open the bag of plaster and gently sprinkle the powder over the container. Do this until a thin layer of water remains on top of the powder, no more than 5 millimeters. Using an old spoon, stir the plaster mixture until creamy, making sure that you remove all lumps and air bubbles. This process should be done quickly, as the mixture will start to harden after about 3 minutes. Take your chosen rubber molds and pour a spoonful of the mixture into it. Now squeeze the molds to cover the inside with the mixture. This helps prevent air bubbles. Slot each mold into the hole in the top of the box so that it stands upside down, held by the rim. When a mold is in place, fill it to the rim with moulding mixture. Use the spoon handle to gently stir inside each mold, then tap the box all over for 3 minutes. This will cause any remaining air bubbles to rise to the surface. Leave the molds to set for at least 4 hours. Clean all the equipment immediately and store it away for the very, very young. Do not pour surplus mixture down the sink. It will block the pipes. Always put it in a dustbin. And then you've got instructions on how to paint the models and the colour coding, what colours to mix to make the colours that you need for the models. Okay, so that is the top of the box. So we've looked at that side. This side, it shows you again the 4 figures made. It says Star Wars plastic moulding and painting set, ages 8 and above. And on this side, it's the same as on the other side. You've got the 4 models and the paint and the mixture, an image of what the contents are, and Star Wars plastic moulding and painting set. And on this one, again, it's the 4 figures with the Star Wars plastic moulding and painting set, ages 8 and up, and you've got a label on there, whatever that was. Okay, so that is the box. And it's quite heavy, this box. And what I'm going to do, I'm assuming that's because it's got a bag full of plaster in there. But let's open the box up and have a look at the contents. Okay, so I've removed the contents from the box, and now I can see why it was so heavy, because you've got this big bag of plaster of Paris. It just says on the back, do not inhale or swallow dust or powder. It is all powder. It looks a bit like baking powder, but it's obviously plaster powder, and that's what you mix with water. So there's a big bag there, and there's enough powder there to make one of each of the characters. Okay, these are the molds. It's sealed up. I'm just going to open it and take the molds out, and let's have a look at what we got. So the first mold we've got is Darth Vader. You can clearly see that. Yeah, just a mold, and there's the rim there, which will sit inside the holes. So they drop down in the box and just sit like that. So that's Darth Vader. Who else have we got in here? And there's our little Jedi Master, Yoda. Again, same thing. The rim sits on top of the box in the slots. We've also got a R2-D2, our little astromech droid. I've just noticed that the lettering's on the bottom there. I didn't see that before, so it's got R2-D2 on there. Yeah, Darth Vader on there. You can't see it very well because of the molds, but I imagine from the inside you're going to see it. And Yoda on the bottom of that one. And then this one is obviously 3PO. And there we have 3PO. And it says C3PO on the bottom there. Again, there's the rim of the mold, which will sit on the top of the box. So that's the 4 rubber molds. And then, of course, you've got the paintbrush and the 5 paints. So you've got white, red, blue, yellow, and it's black. That's probably black. So that's the 4 colours, and they come in the bag also, sealed in the bag. Again, they're unopened, untouched. I don't know whether they're going to be any good now, because this is getting on for nearly 30 years old, so whether they would have dried up in there. But yeah, you can quite easily pick up paints from any toy model or haberdashery store. They're all very currently available. It might not have dried up actually, because they do seem to be moving inside the tub, so the paints may very well be okay. Okay, so that is the contents of this kit. Now, obviously 96, you know, there was a lot of figures around. Kenner had just started to re-release all the figures again, because of the announcement of the brand new Star Wars movies being remade, which was The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and The Revenge of the Sith. But prior to all that going on, while that was being made, they digitally remastered the original 3 movies, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and they were put back onto the cinema, the big screens, and all these merchandise was released in conjunction with those 3 films going back onto the main cinema screens. Now, obviously, these, I don't particularly know how well these done. I don't think they were a hugely popular item, and they certainly didn't run for very long. It's obviously it's an art. If you're into crafts and things like that, this would be a great set for you. If you're just into your Star Wars merchandise and figures and so on, then you'll wonder why you want this. But it was more for, I think, for the arts and crafts people that like to make their own. You can make your own figure, and you don't have to make them and mark them and paint them the way they are shown on the box as the original ones are. You can put your own markings on them and make them however you feel they should look like. So it's entirely up to you how you do it. And then you've got your own unique mark on these particular models. Don't think they did particularly well. The line was dropped fairly quickly, and as a result, now these items are very difficult to find, especially in this mint unused condition. But as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website. which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Wars items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody. I'm absolutely positive you don't want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.